Namaste, Cancer. You are last but not least of the readings that I'm doing. So a couple weeks ago, I did like the first 7 signs, and I had never done Pisces through Cancer. Well, I had done some. I've been having a lot of trouble getting videos up. So something YouTube is supposedly looking into. It's just like the latest in a series of a million problems that I have with them or they have with me. You know, I know it's at the root, it's dark energy and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep doing my work despite it. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me, and I am here to do your reading now through the 31st of August, beginning with the 8 of Cups, and you guys wanting to move on to something better. The most general meaning of this card, though, relates to work and definitely warns that if you're thinking about leaving a job, that you make sure that you put, you know, a proper amount of thought into that. And that may very well be what's going on with you, because the card behind this, also in reverse, is the Knight of Pentacles. That could very well be tied to your work and finance, and or an earth sign perhaps, or someone earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Interesting. Maybe specifically a Taurus or a Virgo, someone that is ruled by, shares a planet with an air sign. So for example, Taurus is ruled by Venus, but Venus also rules Libra and Gemini. Or Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but Mercury also rules Gemini. So it could be something like that. Page of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Could be about conflict, maybe at work. Maybe that's why you're thinking about leaving. Yeah, not so much happy family. I mean, it's not a sad family either, but something's turned upside down, right? And you see even literally the people, the children, the parents, they're upside down. But there is new opportunity to have better energy around us. And the 6 of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards, also about Venus. Speaking of Venus, to me, this one depicts all of the signs that she rules. And it's about generosity and gifts from the universe. All right, so let's look for some fresh energy for you, beginning with the 2 of Pentacles, which can be about us giving too much attention to the earthly things like work, finances, the material, money, and maybe not enough attention to ourselves and our loved ones, our relationships. 8 of Swords is in reverse is another indication that you guys want to get unstuck and leave something alone. It's your second 8 in reverse, right? We began with this 8 of Cups in reverse, and now we just opened to the 8 of Swords in reverse as well. Now, the Queen of Wands, she is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone like into those traits or attributes. And the 9 of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who would otherwise be generous and happy, but again, is a little bit turned upside down. So something's just not quite right with her, something slightly off. And she may need to spend some time with herself, like being still, in order to figure out what that is, get some clarity. Maybe that clarity will come from the sun. Sun illuminates everything, shines light on what's confusing us. And maybe we'll give way to some renewed faith. 2s can be about faith. They're also about partnership, relationships. The 2 of Wands, in fact, is a soulmate card, the divine union card, or the twin flame card of the tarot even. And major arcana card, the Sun, represents the sign of Sagittarius. Maybe that's what all these wands are about. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius, or a Sagittarius is otherwise significant in your life. Maybe it's your own energy, your Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, in addition to Cancer. And I think your overall energy is yet another 8, again in reverse. This time the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is a worker energy, and about the effort into which we put into something. Just getting the stands out here. We're going to pick 4 cards. Now that we have shuffled and cut, right off the top, this first card will most directly represent you guys through the 31st. And it is the Queen of Pentacles upright. So very nice. Surrounding you. So could be some of your energy, your close friends, family, work energy. The Knight of Swords also upright. Possibly another character like the Queen. Work and finance. The Tower. And didn't I say with the 8 of Cups with which we started that I was most generally getting the message about leaving a job and needing to put some thought into it? Now we got the Tower and work and finance. So something may blow up at your job. I don't mean physically. I hope not, at least. But you know what I mean. Conflict. And lastly, love and relationship. The Ace of Swords upright. Another sign that I have been trying to upload tonight also had the Ace of Swords upright in their love and relationship. I don't recall which one it was, but maybe you guys have a connection to that sign as well. I just wanted to get everything in frame. We're going to begin now with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, which is your overall energy. So it's one of those cards that is pretty much the same in a general sense as it is in upright when it's reversed. The fact that it's reversed, it's less intense for you. So basically what the 8 of Pentacles is about is just the need for like some good old-fashioned work, effort to be put into something in order for you to get the outcome that you want. It's just very much a card of reaping what you sow. You put in the work, you get the effort. So like less work is required when it's in reverse, or it's a little easier, less stressful on you when it's reverse, but still some sort of action from you is likely to be necessary. And it could just be about you like making a to-do list or prioritizing something. Like that could be the extent of the effort that you're having to put in. Because again, it is not like as intense as when the 8 of Pentacles is upright, but there is something that you have to do. We're going to move into the Queen of Pentacles, which is the energy most directly representing you over this period. And what you may be doing in terms of this work may be translating here as something in your home, maybe redecorating or just spending a lot of time and or money, energy, effort on your home, getting it like more comfortable for you, making it feel homey. And this is a good thing, as long as you don't like take on too much debt and stuff and, you know, it becomes like a money pit, then it's really, really positive. And I shuffled some more cards for you. I have them back here. And the overall energy is the 4 of Wands. So this card is also often about like remodeling a home or redecorating or maybe cohabitation, moving in with a maid or something. So all those things are possible for you guys too with this Queen of Pentacles. And then the energy surrounding you, maybe the person or a person with whom you're dealing who's significant here is an air sign, although that's not necessary. Another meaning of the Knight of Swords upright is that if you're waiting for someone or something, waiting for some sort of news, a decision, Knight of Swords very much about a decision that we're having to make and or that we're awaiting so that we can take some sort of action. It's likely to be what you want to hear. It's the positive news or the answer that you're looking forward to when he's here upright like this. And it points to a lot of activity that could be very, very fast. Could be about travel, just being out and about, getting things done, getting your work accomplished. Again, maybe your remodeling job or something. And you're not very likely to feel like waiting for anything. You can be very impatient. Air signs are often very impatient. Geminis are like, I don't want to say, well, yeah, we're like anxious. We're like anxious. We have like natural anxiety and natural, I used to tease myself all the time saying that I had like natural ADD, attention deficit, because we're doing so many things at once and we can be very speedy. Like we're on something, but that's just us, like regular us without drugs. But this too, again, is from a positive standpoint because that energy enables you to go after what you desire. So moving on to the Tower for work and finance, I mean, it's not the best card for work in finance. And actually, I mean, I hope that nobody's job, the building in which you work, doesn't catch on fire or have some sort of other kind of problem. But we do have 2 hurricanes coming into the country. And, maybe there might be, I don't mean in terms of people being hurt, but there may be some sudden thing that disables a company from functioning, or maybe from its ability to even be open. So one minute, you have a job, and maybe the next minute you don't, or you have to, you're forcibly like on furlough or out of work for some time or something like that. That's really, really possible with this tower up right there and what's been going on in the country. So I want to be honest about that. Because it can just be about the tower in general, can be about people, situations, circumstances, things that you counted on. You've always counted on, maybe just all of a sudden no longer being there, being available to you. So in this position of work in finance, it can be like your job, or maybe some money, some nest egg, like you expected to be able to have savings and you can, or you have to spend, or you do have savings, but you're finding that you're having to spend it. It's not going to be just sitting in the bank anymore because this thing happened or something like that. Alternatively, if not that serious, it can be about arguments, debates, conflicts and stuff coming up at the job. So let's try to keep your temper under control, and maybe like you try to avoid it to the extent that you're able, feeding, anything like that. You stay on the outside, maybe looking in or minding your own business, and let other people do the fighting and stuff like that. All right, moving on to love and relationship, Cancer. You got the Ace of Swords. So this is about, the Ace of Swords is about truth and victory, and it's no different in terms of love. It's about, something new starting. Aces also are about that. And that could be in your relationships, or if you're single, what could be starting new is maybe a new relationship. If you're a partner, what could be starting new is maybe a new phase of a relationship, a deeper commitment, a change in the manner of, like, maybe you're going to move in together, right? So that's different. It can be about you as an individual or as a couple ceasing to do something that you would normally do, or ceasing to do it in a particular manner or way in which you have been doing. We're doing things this way now. Now we split the bills. He used to pay for everything, or she used to pay for everything. Now we're splitting it. We used to pay for 2 mortgages or 2 rents. Now we're moving in together. Something is changing. And it can also be about a need for communication, speaking truth to one another, being truthful about the fact that something's on our mind and raising it as an issue and communicating with our partner. If there's anything that we need to talk about, if something's hurtful to us, if something's exciting to us, those are the things that should be shared with our partners, and we should be comfortable doing that. If you're single, and looking for someone, then we got to be truthful about like that too, like what we're looking for, who we're looking for, what kind of relationship. If we're only looking to have fun, not giving the impression that we're ready to settle down, that sort of thing. Just being honest about what it is we're doing with people, and not leading anybody along or allowing them to do that to us. Let's see what advice you get from the other decks over here. So the first, we got some cards that fell away. Let's see what those are first. The Knight of Pentacles. He is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. The Knight of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And again, this couldn't be an actual person in your life since it's a court card, and maybe somebody that is particularly significant, or it could be tied to your work and finances, and or some sort of plan that something you're trying to manifest, and you're treating it like an earth sign would. You're making a plan and you're committing to it, and you're going to see it through. Slow and steady wins the race style. Then we have the Queen of Swords. She is independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making. Clearing away all that no longer serves you. So just if it doesn't work, if it doesn't improve your life, it doesn't serve your highest good, get rid of it. Also seeing the humor in the situation. We don't take things too seriously. Us air signs, especially Geminis. And the Queen of Air is, in fact, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And speaking of Libra, the last card is Major Arcana card 8, Justice. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So somebody could have something legal going on, maybe involving some sort of contract or settlement or something. In any case, these cards are favorable and positive, and it's about you getting your just due, but you may have to take some sort of action. Like the Feng Shui Queen, she is also somebody who gets her house in order in a literal sense. So to go back to your overall energy of the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's working in her home, the Feng Shui Queen, the Queen of Swords, would be trying to put things in such a way as to allow for the most positive and effective and beneficial energy to herself to come in her home. So, like a clear path to the door, and there's all these kinds of rules. Some of you may want to look up Feng Shui if you're working on your home. And justice is about you getting your just due. Like it's time. The scales are being balanced in your favor, because it's been unbalanced for a while. You may not say that in terms, if something happens at your job, you may be saying, hey, like, what about the scales being balanced in my favor? I still say that. That's the case. All right, so I'm going to throw these in here, just wherever. And otherwise, your overall energy, again, was the Four of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. Also upright immediately behind that is the Princess of Winter. Some of you may be really seriously dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So this can be about messages, actually, news, some sort of information that becomes available to you or that you make available to somebody else. It can also be indicative of like minor conflicts, again, things popping up, and maybe at work with that tower there is where they pop up, or maybe in your relationships with the Ace of Swords and the need to be truthful is where they pop up also. And then the next card is in reverse, but it is the King of Cups, so it is potentially your own energy as a Cancer, as well as that of Scorpio and Pisces. The King of Cups is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. For me, I consider charity work is unconditional love. When we're giving of ourselves, like in an unselfish way, just because we want to be there for other people, be supportive of people and more so in need than ourselves, that's unconditional love. And the King of Cups, he was in reverse. The King of Cups in reverse as it relates to love is somebody who's ready to do any and everything that he has to in order to be happy. So that can be a change, a major change that's coming to your relationships or to your single life. It's making like a conscious decision. I want to be happy. I want to be in love, and I'm going to go for it. So that may be you, what you're doing. All right, so I just, as you can see, mixed up these cards very randomly. And now your overall energy is Major Arcana card 12, Awakening, or the Hanged Man. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Next card is the Moon, also represents the sign of Pisces, like this one does, but it is in reverse. Moon guides us to pay close attention to our intuition. So does this really. Pisces is a really spiritual sign. Actually, Neptune, their ruler, rules unconditional love. So like where Venus is the ruler of love, Neptune rules unconditional love and like the depths of our soul and our love, like our truest, deepest secrets, particularly as it relates to love and stuff. All that hidden stuff. Neptune rules all of that. So maybe again, there's going to be a sudden change in your love life because one of that true, whatever love truly means to you, whatever that thing is in your heart, or in your depths, it rises to the surface and has to be experienced and lived, you know? So, okay, so for those of you around here who resonate as a masculine energy, your advice card from the Animal Tarot is Major Arcana card 14, Balance, which is actually temperance in the traditional tarot. By merging varying points of view, you can now generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. Temperance it represents the sign of Sagittarius first and foremost. It is about restoration, recovery, being made whole where something was lost or lacking or stolen. It's about collaboration. It's about compromise where people were having differences. All of a sudden we can figure out a way to negotiate and to come together despite our differences and work something out. For those of you who resonate as feminine, your card is Major Arcana card 3, the Empress, which represents the planet Venus and the signs that she rules. So Taurus, which again could be this Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is most representative of the sign of Taurus, actually, because in tarot, the Queen is associated with the fixed sign of a given element, and the fixed sign of the element of Pentacles or Earth is indeed Taurus. So there may be a connection between these two. This card also representative of Libra and Gemini, the other two signs ruled by Venus. It's time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. And you may be particularly fertile this week or during this period if you've been wanting to have a child. That certainly came up earlier in the readings that I did for some of the other signs too. From the Animal Tarot for the masculine, it's another 8 of Pentacles. Skilled work is rewarded. So again, you're going to have to take some sort of action, and where you're going to be happy that you did. Where you put your effort is from where you're going to get the outcome that you're seeking. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. And that can be literal too. You can be going back to school, somebody close to you. Maybe you're trying to figure out what to do with your child, if their school's going to open or not. And so this is saying whatever you choose will work out for you, you know, if you put the effort in. And for the feminine, this is like one of my least favorite cards in the deck. It's the 4 of Pentacles, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. It's also very often about holding on to something just like for the sake of holding on to it, because it's just easier for us to stick with something that we know or someone that we know, but we're really not happy in our job, or we're really not happy in our relationship, and we're just, you know, like going through the motions and continuing it because we feel like that's easier than leaving and starting over. So hopefully, it is my hope that some of you will be leaving and indeed starting over with this Ace of Swords here in your position of love and relationship. If you're experiencing a relationship like that, where you're just miserable, don't stay in it. Not for your kids, not to split the rent with somebody, you know, not for anything or anybody. That's just my recommendation to you. Of course, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just some lady on your screen. All right. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and, you know, comment, share. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.